The upcoming release of the iPhone is still a month away. However, an intriguing report has emerged, shedding light on aspects of the anticipated iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max. MacRumors has put together a feature that provides details about what we can expect. Now you might wonder how anyone could possibly know what these phones will look like. Well, it's actually quite plausible. Apple invests years into the development of their iPhones, going through prototypes along the way. While there may still be some tuning to be done, major design changes are becoming less likely as time goes on. The report mentions that the prototypes aren't completely finalized yet, which seems reasonable to me. Nevertheless, it's unlikely that we'll see any alterations at this point. These images offer valuable insights into their appearance. At glance, they bear resemblance to the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max with their curved edges, slim bezels, and elegant titanium edge band. However, we don't get a sense of scale from these images. It's expected that these new models will be slightly larger than their predecessors due to increased screen sizes. It's being reported that the upcoming 2024 models of iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max might feature screens with the sizes estimated to be around 6.3 inches and 6.9 inches respectively. Although a difference of 0.2 inches may not seem significant, it's worth noting that the previous generation saw an increase for the phone, which was definitely noticeable. One reason for the new screens is believed to be to accommodate the tetraprism 5x telephoto lens, something only found on the larger iPhone 15 Pro Max currently. The size was the reason the iPhone 15 Pro couldn't manage this bigger lens, and this year's release aims to fix that omission. According to MacRumors, there were 4 different versions of button configurations for the iPhone 16 Pro. Apparently, the setup that has been chosen is similar to the iPhone 15 Pro, with 2 exceptions. First, there will be an extra button on the right edge called the capture button, with pressure sensitivity that will sit flush to the edge of the phone. It'll be used to snap photos or shoot videos. Meanwhile, the action button on the left edge will resemble how it appears on the iPhone 15 Pro. Several previous reports have indicated that the upcoming iPhone 16 series will not bring any changes. Instead, Apple's focus for this year's flagship smartphones will be on integrating AI capabilities. According to Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, the iPhone 16 Pro models will introduce 48-megapixel sensors, while the telephoto lens will remain as the rear-facing camera with a resolution of 12 megapixels. Kuo explained that the ultra-wide camera of the iPhone 16 Pro will feature a 48-megapixel sensor. This upgrade is expected to enhance photo quality in low light conditions when shooting at a mode by capturing light. Previous models already employ a pixel binning technique in their 48-megapixel main camera, which combines data from 4 pixels into 1 pixel to improve low-light photography. With the arrival of iPhone 16 Pro models, this technology is anticipated to extend to the Ultra lens that currently has a resolution of 12 megapixels. Consequently, these models should have the capability to capture ProRAW photos with a resolution of up to 48 megapixels in ultra-wide mode. ProRAW photos retain image details in their file format, offering flexibility for editing and enabling high-quality printing at larger sizes. Jeff Pu made a statement suggesting that the upcoming iPhone 16 Pro would come equipped with a powerful ultra-wide camera boasting a 48-megapixel resolution. A few months later, new information about Apple's plan for the upgraded Ultra camera was shared on the Chinese social media platform Weibo. With Ku supporting this rumor, it appears likely. By 2025, the iPhone 17 Pro is expected to transition its camera setup to include 48-megapixel sensors even for the telephoto lens. Additionally, Ku mentioned that the upcoming iPhone 16 Pro will feature the tetraprism telephoto camera that was introduced on the 15 Pro Max. Furthermore, there are plans to enhance the front camera unit of the iPhone 17 series with a 24-megapixel sensor and a 6-element lens. Meanwhile, in news, AppleTrack has revealed some changes coming to the 16 Pro models. A noteworthy detail is that Apple might reduce the size of the island on both iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max models, resulting in a screen-to-body ratio. One of their renders even depicts an iPhone 16 Pro with a punch-hole cutout positioned at the center. However, it remains uncertain if Apple will completely abandon the dynamic island concept, since it was only introduced 2 years ago. Moreover, the recent update reaffirms the intentions of the technology giant based in Cupertino to incorporate a capture button beneath the power button. The screen dimensions of the iPhone 16 Pro are rumored to expand from 6.1 inches to 6.3 inches, while the Pro Max variant is expected to have a 6.9-inch display, surpassing the generation's 6.7-inch size. Now for those of you excited for the Apple iPhone 16 series, we're now going to run through the full specs design and the pricing for each model in the range to help you guys decide which one is right for you. For my regular viewers, you guys have seen this, so just skip to the next video. But if you're new here, then hit subscribe now, and we'll get right into it. So first up, we have the standard iPhone 16. With the standard iPhone 16, we get a 6.3-inch OLED display, but unfortunately, this is still going to be an LTPS display. The iPhone 16 is going to have a taller aspect ratio than last year, and it's going to be protected by Ceramic Shield too. We get the new Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12 megapixels selfie camera and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we've got a 12 megapixels primary camera and a 12 megapixels ultra-wide. It's powered by the A18 chipset, and it's likely coming with 6 gigs of RAM and up to 512 gigs of storage. It's also powered up by a 3,450 mAh battery with 30 watts fast charging, and it's going to come with advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, and Wi-Fi 7. Now it will of course ship with iOS 18, and it's expected to launch from around $850 in September 2024. Now next up, we've got the iPhone 16 Plus. With the iPhone 16 Plus, we get a 6.9 in OLED display, and again, unfortunately, this is another LTPS display. It's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor, and it's protected by Ceramic Shield too. We get the new Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12 megapixels selfie cameras and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we've got a 12 megapixels primary camera and a 12 megapixels ultra-wide. It's powered by the A18 chipset, and it's likely going to come with a choice of 6 gigs of RAM and up to 512 gigs of storage. It's powered by a 4420 mAh battery with 30 watts fast charging, and it comes with the advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, and Wi-Fi 7. Now, of course, it ships with iOS 18, and it's expected to launch from around $950 in September 2024. Next up, we got the iPhone 16 Pro. Now the iPhone 16 Pro has a 6.3 in 120Hz LTPO OLED display. It's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor, and the Pro is protected by Ceramic Shield 3. We get the new Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12 megapixels selfie camera and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we get a 48 megapixels primary camera, a 48 megapixels ultra-wide camera, then we've got a 12 megapixels tetraprism camera with 5 times optical zoom. It's powered up by the A18 Pro chipset, and it comes with 8 gigs of RAM and up to 1 terabyte of storage, and it's also powered by a 3,450 mAh battery, and fast charging is still unknown at the moment, but we do expect some improvements, and of course it comes with the advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, and Wi-Fi 7. It will of course ship with iOS 18, and it's expected to launch from around $1,100 in September 2024. Now finally, we save the best to last, the iPhone 16 Pro Max. With the iPhone 16 Pro Max, we get a 6.9-inch 120Hz LTPO OLED display. Again, like the other phones, it's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor, and it's protected by Ceramic Shield 3. We get the Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12 megapixels selfie cameras and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we've got a 48 megapixels primary camera, a 48 megapixels ultra-wide, and a 12 megapixels tetraprism camera with 5 times optical zoom. It's powered up by the A18 Pro chipset. It comes with 8 gigs of RAM and up to 1 terabyte of storage, and it's powered up by a 4,500 mAh battery. As with the 16 Pro, we don't know the fast charging at the moment, but we do expect to see some improvements. Now it comes up with the advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, and Wi-Fi 7, and it will of course ship with iOS 18, and this one's expected to launch around $1,300 in September 24. So overall, the iPhone 16 series is looking like a great addition to the iPhone lineup. More things remain similar. There are still plenty of upgrades with the new hardware to power it better and brighter displays. Along with the new battery thermal technology, this should really enhance the experience and work well with the new A features. Now, of course, because of all the similarities to its predecessor, it's probably not going to make anyone with an iPhone 15 rush for an upgrade, but for anyone with an older iPhone or looking to get their first iPhone, that it's going to be a great choice. Now, of course, as we approach the launch, more and more information is going to continue to come in, and I'll be sharing it as soon as it does, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future. So, what are your thoughts on this new camera enhancement? Share it down below in the comment section, and for more updates you can check out our channel. See you for the next time. Peace out.